Hello ladies and gentlemen, the Fuzz is here, and I decided to make a video about improving the starter decks, because as the game has progressed, the starter decks are just kind of awful in general, and we want the new players to have a reasonable chance to at least be somewhat, not necessarily competitive, but at the very least, not completely crushed every time they play. Even though we're going to change the life total to 20, I would still like them to have cards that are just at least decent, right? So what I'm going to do is we're just going to make up 6 decks on the spot together right now. And then I'm going to post all of these on the forums. Now, here are the rules for each deck. Each deck will have 4 rare cards in it. Preferably each one will be different, but if I can't find 4 interesting rares, then I won't. Then I'll just be repeats. And 22 shrines, including 1 copy of each relevant skill shrine, which could be one of the 4 rares. And then something like 15 uncommons, and the rest will be common, depending on the cards themselves. So let's kick it off, shall we? We're going to start off with Order. And this one is probably a little bit more difficult than the others, because Order in general is just not that brilliant. So for the rares, we'll just start right now. We've got 8 rares to choose from. What do we want to give them? Let's give them Guardian of the Faithful, because that's a pretty good card. Let's give them Cavalry Field. That's a great card. We'll give them... I kind of want to give them Spell Warden, but that's a more advanced card, I feel. So we're going to pass that up. We'll give them Unbreakable Spirit. That's pretty cool. And we'll give them... We'll give them a Night Recruiter, I think, because they got enough Soldier Synergy for it to be somewhat relevant. Now... for the uncommons, we're going to give them a Soldier's Memorial. That's pretty good. We'll give them, let's say, 2 Tacticians. That's pretty good. 2 Instills, 2 Protectors. I'm going to try to do, like, 2 of all the, like, really decent commons, so they have a variety. And then we'll do more of the commons. So, yeah, sure. 2 Angel Blessed Knights. That's a decent card. 2 Dwarf Soldiers. And then... 2 rays and 2 buffs. Oh, you forgot about shrines. We'll do that right now. We'll give them, again, 22 shrines is the goal. So we've got 18 more cards to choose from. Okay, we're going to give them 4 Steel Host Spearmen. That's a good one. We're going to give them 4 Pacifies for some removal. We're not going to bother with Heavy Infantry. But we need a decent 2-drop. So we're going to give them... 2 more Musketeers, because that's the only really decent 2-drop they've got. Well, okay, we've got the Cleric, I guess. So we'll give them 2 more Clerics. How about this? We'll do 3 and 3. 3 Clerics, 3 Musketeers. Now it's fair. We'll give them 2 Namir's Blessing. We're not going to bother with Griffin Rider, because it's a really dreadful card. Not going to lie. And we've got 2 Protectors already. War Fanfares is pretty awful in general. We'll give them 2 Guards. That's a decent card. And 2 Touches of Light. So that puts us at 21 creatures and 17 spells. Well, some of these spells are creature related. And 22 shrines. So just looking at this list, the idea is to give them variety. So there's more different kinds of cards and fewer 4 of a kind to make the deck seem a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more varied. So you don't have the same cards all the time. You get exposed to more cards, and then you can more easily decide which ones you like, which ones you don't like. So this is my deck for Order. We got 4 1-drops and 6 2-drops, and then you've got, you know, Angel Blessed, Cavalry Field, Vanguard, and 2 Master Tacticians. So it should be a pretty decent lineup. And yeah, it should be alright. So that will do for Order. Now, we're going to make the next one, Wisdom. Basic hero, of course. Starting with the rares. What are the rares? Grand Institute sucks. We're not going to bother. Lamp is pretty good. Unstable Reactor, I guess. But the thing is, the cards it would synergize with, it sometimes doesn't. For instance, it synergizes very badly with... Foundry Engineers, because it'll eventually actually blow up and kill all your golems. That really blows, which is a shame, because it has energy synergy, but it's kind of weird. Titan, of course, is great. Thalmic Reflector is not really going to work Well, actually, you could put it in maybe. 1 Reflector? No, because the only spells they're going to have are Flash Freeze and Ancient Wisdom. So that's not going to work. Storm is going to do as much harm as good. I gotta say, not a lot of good rares here. So we're going to give them a second Titan because of that. And I guess we're going to give them a Reactor. Because it'll synergize with some stuff, at the very least. Yeah, okay. And now, we're going to give them a 1 Laboratory because that's a good shrine for them. Let's give them enough shrines. And now the uncommons. 2 Engineers, because that works with the energy theme. 2 Force Wielders, ditto. 2 Library Guards, 2 Gnome Power Engineers. We'll give them 2 Lightning Elementals as well. That's a good card. Jin Battlemaster kind of sucks. We're not going to bother. This arm is decent enough, I think. And Force Field, probably going to pass on that. Now, commons. What do we got? Charged Aurite. Sure, starts the energy theme. 4 Flash Freezes. I said 4 Flash Freezes, thank you. Well, let's say 3 Protectors. That's a pretty decent card. 2 Wisdoms. Well, what do they got in terms of 2 drops? They only got the Spirit and the Golem. Not great choices. Well, the Force Wielder too, but that's not really a creature you play on 2 that much. So we'll give them 3 of each, I guess. Or 3 Spirits and 3 Golems. Whatever. So we're a little bit low on spells, so let's get some more. Astral Dive, I guess, but there's not that much energy stuff, actually. But it could be decent. Yeah, okay, we'll put in 2. Spectral Aurite. Don't know how I feel about that card. I mean, Dust Titan is just so much better. In every way, really. It's like not even close. But I guess they're supposed to find that out on their own. Okay, so we'll cut 1 Dust Titan and we'll give them 2 Aurites. But now it seems they have fewer rares. The thing is, the rares are they just suck. I don't want to give them Reflector because they're not going to be able to use it. Word of Knowledge basically sucks, if I'm being honest. So we'll give them another Foundry Engineer, I guess, to make up for it. Or more spells? They don't even have that many good spells to choose from. That's really weird. Or we'll give them... Actually, they already have 60 cards. But they're short on rares. But it's okay. Their rares aren't very good. So they're not going to miss it. So we got 26 creatures, 10 spells, and... yeah, that should be fine. So... we avoided Frost Elemental because that's not a great card, really. Contraptionist isn't going to do anything. Battlemaster is just not good. The fact that he's a 4/4 in combat doesn't help when he just gets removed as soon as he's played. And Force Field, I think, is too clunky for them. So that should do it for Wisdom. Let's do the next one. Nature! Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun. Rare. Enchanted Spring. Yeah, that's pretty cool. We'll give them... we're going to give them a decent number of elves, so Niena should be fine. And then Word of Vigor, Jalaya, Trant, and Fae are all good rares, to be honest. Well, we can only give them 2 more. So we're going to give them... I guess we could give them Trant and Fae. We'll go with those. Then uncommons. Oh, whoops. There we go. Elven Sanctuary. Yes, you're going to have a decent number of elves. Let's do double Haldiri, double Commander. Alright, it's pretty good. We'll put that in. I like Storm Fairy. Unicorn is pretty sweet, so that's 10. 2 Grove Guardians. Yeah, okay. Elf Tracker actually works pretty well because of the hero power. So we'll let him have that and 2 Landslides. And now the commons. Let's get the Shrine count up. And what do we got? 4 Elf Scouts. Yep. And 4 Elf Warriors to get him some decent early game. To get him going. Let's say 2 Outbreaks, 2 Ambush Strikes. Maybe make it 3 of each. And then 2 Sharpshooters. And 2 Skyriders. Yeah, that's 59. We need one more card. The Sunrise Fairy. I guess we could introduce that. It's not an elf, but you don't have to have that many elves. It's a 2-drop, so it'll go in instead of some warriors. Okay. Just to keep the variety going, we'll put in 2 Sunrise Fairies, giving them a pretty decent selection of 1s and 2s, and not that many spells actually, but they don't have that many good ones. Not like Order had a lot of spells, but we'll see what they got. Yeah, this is all the spells they got, like 9. Mantle of the Winds, Wasp Swarm is pathetic. Vegetation is awful. So, yeah, not that many. I don't want to give them Test of Time. It's just a useless card. Yeah, they just don't have any good spells. Like, if you compare... they have 12, and they have some interesting ones. There's not really any bad spells outside of maybe Angelic Song and War Fanfares. So, yeah. Too bad for Nature. Okay, so Nature is finished. Let's keep right on going. Oh, what did I just do? What am I doing? Okay, Rage. Now, Rage is going to be changed, probably when this video comes out. So, if that's the case, and it's such a change, this deck would become trash, then I guess we could revisit that. But hopefully it won't. So, rares. Phoenix, obviously, great card. Looter, sure, why not? Word of Fire, a good card. Flame Serpent, Fia, or Ramgak, one of those. I'll give him Ramgak. Ramgak is pretty cool. Uncommon, Mountain Sanctuary. No, we are not doing the Totems and Shamans. Absolutely not. Because it's not very good. Firebrand Goblin. There's going to be some goblins, so we can even use that. Ruination, nope. Gigantodon, yeah, 2 of them should work. 2 Dragonfires. Man, not many good uncommons. We can hopefully make up the ground with the commons. No Skill Shrines. Not any good ones, unfortunately. Yeah, 4 Goblin Warriors. 4 Fireballs. We're going to go with 4 Bronies, actually. I think that's going to be good. 3 Javelineers. That's at least like a decent card. 2 Fireworkers. I'll go with... Actually, they don't have any 2-drops right now, so we'll go with 4. Just to fill out the 2-drop slot. Burning Blood, nope. Detonate, I don't think so. I guess I have to give them either Fire Dancer or Rakshi Tribe Mystic, and I don't like either. I don't like either choice, to be honest. We don't want them to be too ridiculously aggressive. Like, they have 6 aggressive 1-drops already. Another Javelineer? I don't know if you want... That's a creature you want 4 of, really. Well, I'm kind of running short. And again, in terms of spells, there's only 8. Like, not counting epics. So, yeah. I've included all the ones that aren't awful, which is like half of these only. I guess we could put Boiling Blood on, but Boiling Blood is not very good. That's the problem. It's only really good with ranged creatures, of which there's like 1. Oh, 2 if you count Fia. Oh, actually, Fia's not even in here. Forget I said that. Well, I guess we're going to give them more uncommons, but there aren't even good ones. We'll give them a third. They already have 3 Firebrands. Well, this is harder than I thought. Okay, in that case, I'll just give them 2 Fire Dancers, I guess, and 1 more Gigantodon, I guess. I'd rather have Gigantodon than Fire Dancer. I think it's a lot more dangerous, a lot more threatening. All right, let's go with it. As I'm making these, I don't even remember the actual starter decks. But I know the starter deck for Rage is like the Totems and Shamans. Don't do that. At least not until the... No, just don't do that. Don't do that at all. So there is that. Let's keep right on going. We'll just have 2 left. Dominion. So this one's going to be weird because the hero power is kind of difficult to use. So for rares, what do we got? Helm? Yeah, sure, why not? Cathedral? Yeah, that's pretty good. Vampirism? No. Cataclysm and Blood, Will Matriarch, and Temptress. Those are the three I'm looking at. And go with Blood Will and Cataclysm, I think, for this. And then uncommon. Stronghold Metropolis. I don't think there's enough synergy for it, since it's only level 1 now. We'll give him 2 mutants for sure. 2 Whispers. Power Seeker sucks. 2 Mind Extortions. We'll give him the Swiftblade Assassin. We'll even give him 3 of them. Murder Instinct is interesting. It could be really good. I don't know. I'll throw in 1 for Spice. And then the commons. Let's put all the shrines in. 4 Aristocrats. Yeah, no problem. 4 Shadow Step Assassins. Definitely. 4 Assassinates. Yeah, definitely. Put in 2 Overchargers because that's fun. 2 Devious Plots. Let's say 2 Thunderstorm Titans. Yeah, fuck it. Put in 3. Why not? 2 Silverblade. Even 3 Silverblade Warriors. Experiment? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely no experiments, please. That's way too RNG. So we got 20 creatures, 12 spells. Can I really not find more creatures than that? Bloodborne Prince. Power Seeker sucks, that's for sure. Actually, I'll throw in one Power Seeker for Spice. But more than that is bad. Bloodborne Prince. Actually, I guess it's not too bad. We'll put in 2 Bloodborne Princes. It could be worse. It could be worse. And we got everything else covered. So we got 4 1-drops. We've got only 4 2-drops. But we also have Assassinate, which is kind of a 2-drop. And then we got 6 3-drops. Yeah, it should be fine. It should be alright. We've got some Overchargers, Helms. Got some interesting cards. So that should do it for that one. And one last deck. The Corruption. Oh, yeah. So for rares, we'll give them... Restless Tombs is pretty good. Sculptor. Yeah, Sculptor is a lot of fun. Dread Knight. Oh, hell yeah. And then Cult or Succubus. We'll go with Succubus because it seems more straightforward. And then, okay. Haunted Cemetery is pretty good. We'll give him that. 2 Consumes. Vulture. Yeah, sure. Sure. 2 Reanimates. 2 Infernals. We'll give them 3 Ghouls. 2 Necromancers. Hands from Beyond? I don't know, actually. I'm going to go with no. And put in 2 Hydras, I guess. And then let's just finish it off with the commons. Alright, what do we got? 4 Legionnaires. Let's say 3... I'll go with 2 Vermins. 3 Survivors. And 3 Rotting Remains. Let's see. Let's say... 2 Spirits. Even 3 Spirits. And then, wait. Oh, yeah. Noxious Fumes, of course. That's 4 of those. What do we got for 4-drops? We don't have any. So we want either Zombie Giant or Bedeviled Fiend. Well, let's try both. But that's going to put us a little bit over, actually. Yeah, we're at 64. 31 creatures. Oh, we got to cut something. That's way too many creatures. Oh, actually, we do have 3 drops. We've got Mesmerizing Spirits. Oh, I meant 4 drops. Okay, so we got 6 1-drops. 6 2-drops, plus the Infernal Vultures, kind of. 6 3-drops, plus the Sculptor. That's quite a few already. I'll kick out the Undead Hydra, maybe. No, all the cards seem to make some sense. Zombie Giant and Fiend, 4 4-drops. We're going to have to thin out some fat, I'm afraid. I'm not sure where. Okay, we'll cut the Hydras, I guess. Yeah, they're a bit expensive. Cut the Hydras, that leaves us at 62. Necromancer is also a 4-drop. Okay, my mistake. We have the Necromancer as well for a 4-drop. So we've got 6 4-drops. That should be fine, right? Oh, we have a lot of 3-drops though. We've got the Mesmerizing. We've got 3 ghouls. We got 7 3-drops actually. So it's like 6, 8. Maybe a bit too many on the 2s because we've got vultures as well. But I don't want to cut those down really too much. They're supposed to be kind of rushy. I guess I could cut the zombie giant. Or the undead necromancer actually, because in terms of zombies, we've got legionnaire, remains, survivor kind of, ghoul, and actually we have decent. Actually, we'll cut the bedeviled fiend then, because it doesn't fit the zombie theme as much. Leave 2 giants, and yeah, that should be fine. I'm not sure how similar this is to the current deck. I know the starter corruption deck is actually fairly good. It's one of the better ones. So that deck could actually stay as it is. I think it might have splitting headaches, but I honestly wouldn't want players starting out to be playing splitting headaches against each other. That's a bit obnoxious. Discarding 1 card with spirit, I can live with that, but discarding like mass discard with like 2 splitting headaches, discard your whole hand, it's pretty disgusting. So yeah, this will do. So yeah, those are my 6 decks. Again, lists are going to be on the forums, link in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next stream, maybe. And await the patch. It should be quite a show. And I guess whenever the next Asperia Cup happens, if it happens, I imagine it will. See you guys.